Hey, Nick and Gerry. Congratulations on your milestone birthday. Really wish I could be there to celebrate with you. I only met Nick once when he was about 12 years old, and the family came to visit me in Texas, and he and Curtis immediately impressed me with their wit. But it wasn't until later that I saw the depth of Nick's wit when Gerry posted a photo on Facebook of a hike for a father-son fishing expedition that was sure to be an inspirational bonding trip. Then hours later, Nick posted a photo of himself steering a boat, and the caption read, My dad was a terrible captain, so they let me drive. The total damage repair was $5,000. I'm not allowed to drive anything anymore." Well, from the looks of your hilarious social media videos, you finally got your driving privileges back. Keep doing what you're doing, whatever the hell that is. As for Gerry, I've known him since second grade, and although I lived in San Jose for only about 10 years, and we were super close friends for about half that time, we formed an indelible bond and created so many lasting memories. Most were fun, some were reckless. I remember riding our bikes at night with no lights or helmets down the winding Dry Creek Road to Tower Records. I remember going to see Kentucky Fried Movie with you and reciting the lines for weeks afterwards. You must have total concentration. And then there was the magical camping trip to the lake on Brokeback Mountain. No, wait, it was Yola Mountain. And I was the only one with enough fishing prowess to catch a trout. The fish were too small to take the lures, but I managed to cast over a small one and snag it on the back. Then there was also the time when you slashed my finger with a buck knife. By accident, I think. We walked back to your house, and your dad said we should go to the hospital for stitches. Then you gave your expert medical opinion. If you start to feel dizzy, it's because you lost a lot of blood. So, of course, I started to feel dizzy. But then that's the only time in my life that I've gotten stitches. I've never had a broken bone, so I guess I have you to thank for that. Thank God you weren't into stick fighting back then. My last birthday was my last birthday in California was my most memorable. That was the year that your mom made us a cake with a woman's body in lingerie, and it said something like "Happy Birthday to a wonderful pair." Yeah, that was a special birthday, and also I was so glad to be able to fly to San Jose and witness your wedding to Beverly. It was such a wonderful day, but the one thing I remember the most was you telling me that about the limo ride to the reception. Cliff was rolling down the window at stoplights and asking drivers whether they had any Grey Poupon. I always thought of Cliff as more of a Miracle Whip guy, and by that I mean it's a miracle that Frank and Sherry didn't whip him more often. I think my most memorable story from our friendship is that night of the flare, but I'll leave that story for you to tell. For Nick and Gerry, I raise a glass and a flare in your honor and wish you many more happy birthday celebrations. Take care, guys.